thing, but I prefer going blind.
You'd rather go blind.
Yeah, I rather go blind. Yani unaona bila
Guys, it's your girl Nancy Kaunda na tuko ndani ya King TV kama kawaida, and today I am with one of the best top bakers in Mombasa County. Na kidogo tutaona, we will see her in other regions. Alikuwa Tanzania akapewa award, so we are expecting more good things from her. And you know what? It will Mr. Mfanya Justice nikimintroduce. So she'll introduce herself and we'll pick up from there. Good morning.
Morning, Nancy.
How are you doing this day?
I'm super excited and happy to be here.
Maybe you can tell the viewers your name and what you do, and then just flow from there.
Okay, so my name is Amina Khalid Ahmed. I'm the founder and cake designer of Minat Bakery, which is a cake company that deals with freshly baked products. We also do services like teaching students the art of baking and doing dessert table and events.
So where did the name Minat come from?
Okay, initially it was not Minat Bakery, it was Mini Bakery, just a small bakery. Then when I was doing my registration, it happened that there was another company that is known as Mini Bakeries Mombasa, so I couldn't be able to register my company and I had to change to Minat. It was just my nickname that people are usually calling me by my name, like Minat Bakery. So it happened to be my business name right now.
So when did you realize that, you know what, I want to become a baker?
Actually, I have 7 years in the baking industry, and I started baking when I was 17 years old. It was just, ile ya nyumbani, just, taking some few orders, pale na pale. Then it happened to be like, I wanted to pursue like my studies, more further studies. Then, due to financial reasons, I couldn't be able to go to any university. So I started baking from my mother's small kitchen. And then, zile savings, then I used to buy my own tools. Nilianza with no oven, no mixer, no nothing. I was just using my hands and I'm baking using charcoal. But then, if you have a dream, I'm telling you, if you have a dream and you put all focus and you have the vision, then it will take time, but lazima tu, within few years, itawak tu yenyewe.
And how did your parents react when you told them, you know what, I want to become like a full-time baker?
At first, it was really challenging because everyone bakes right now. You can even bake actually, but then I had to to show them that this is what I want in life, and these are my goals. This is what I want to achieve in this world. Then kukana mamangu chini, we discussed some few things, and when I was baking from her kitchen, the kitchen became small. So I wanted not even to expand, but to have a place where students can come in and learn. And also I have clients out there. So my mother really supported me in this. And when she saw that Kitambo was baking without an oven, then akanunulia oven ndo nikaanza, the few steps I started in the baking industry.
And what have the challenges been so far through tangu uanze mpaka sai?
For any business actually, or for any startup, if you want to dream big, let's say I want to be rich like Elon Musk, then people won't believe you actually. Niwe mwenyewe ndo naona the vision in you. But then I wanted to be the best baker maybe in my country. But then if 20 years to come, 10 years to come, I want to be the best baker in the whole world. So people out here were like, how can you, you're a self-taught baker, but then I used to teach myself how to bake. And the power of YouTube was there, but then it was just like 30%, and whatever you're doing in the YouTube, some of the content doesn't tell you the right procedures or even doesn't give you the right recipes. So out here, people are like, how can I buy a cake from you when you yourself, you have how jasoma kule, from maybe from any baking school ama nini, but I had to show them okay, it doesn't, because at that time baking classes was really really expensive. Nikamwambia me, I will make it, let me just try my own recipe. So I used to learn through my own recipe. Nikifanya keki inaharibika, then at the same time I just think of something new. So that's how I used to equip myself with the baking skills.
And talking of recipes, do you have your own personal recipe and you umeandika, you know what, this is my recipe? And maybe if you do have, or maybe do you plan to have one, ama utarelease kitabu, the Minat bakery baking tips,
Okay. Actually, yeah, I've thought about it of writing a recipe book because I've noticed the problem that most bakers are facing is that they just stick to one, let's say, recipe or like they stick to one, a procedure. Let's say for like maybe someone is making a vanilla cake or maybe a chocolate cake, then whatever it is being taught by other bakers want to stick to that same recipe. For me, I had to go out from my comfort zone, try out new things and new recipes. I also do like online baking courses from world best chefs. I usually do them online. Then I like it's a course maybe can go for like 4 even 3 months. Then I do my exam. Like I have to do all the exams. Ndo nipate certificate. Currently, recently nimemaliza. I have a diploma in cake making business. So the more nasoma from online and my knowledge ya cakey, then I just combine them and bring about a one fine recipe.
Speaking of cakes, right now we are at your bakery school. So what inspired you? You know, you're like, what? I want to open my own cake school and teach other people how to bake.
What inspired me actually was I was baking from my mother's small kitchen. So, students are coming in and the space is quite small. And for you, like being a professional baker, actually, being a professional baker, you want your students to have a place where they can get all the knowledge and a place where they're really comfortable. In a house, maybe unaenda tu hivi mara, a maid anatoka tu kitchen anapita pale. So there was not that kind of privacy teaching. So I wanted them to have a better place where they can just feel like this is a cake school and this is what I wanted and this is where they're going to perfect their skills. So with time, nikawa, I have a vision board. So on my vision board, I wrote that I wanted to have my own baking academy. And then, I used to like dream big, like I want to have my own cake school. So when my mother saw that the kitchen became small, she told me like, why don't you go to your father umulize like if he can give you a piece of land because he had a land which was a parking slot. Nikamwambia okay, let me just go try and see if my father will agree. Then nikamfuata babangu and the feedback from him was just okay, you can just take the land and build something out of it. So you can imagine I have a land, but the money or even the capital of building it to become a baking school was really really hard. So one of my mentor actually, I have a lot of mentors that when I want to make a decision, nawaita to listen, nawaita, then we just sit down and bring about a solution. So nikawambia, let's just my father gave me a piece of land, but I don't have the money right now to build something out of it. Kanambia, okay, just bring the idea. Nikaita a few friends, my close friends. This is what I usually tell people. Make sure your close friends are people who can support you, not even in terms of monetary or anything, but with ideas. Your circle represents you. So we sat down and they helped me bring about my vision, and some of them contributed some capital, and from that day I was able to like start with the foundation itself. Na hiyo pesa ilisha like 2 or 3 days because building a small thing, not even it's small but it's really really high. So I had to go back to my baking classes. Nikaambia mama, just give me these 2 months for me to be able to conduct my classes here. Then the money I get from the students will help me build my own cake school. So pole pole hivyo, and I started building it, let's say 2021, sorry, early June and no, early March, and by June I was literally done.
And speaking of friends, ushaipata wale mabeshte wenye, you know what, I know Minat, acha nikuje nimwambia I want a cake. Maybe they order a cake for you for their birthday, ama just just ile tu nataka tu kula tu cake, and then they don't pay you because you know what, Minat ni beshte.
Actually, people sometimes are like, for you as a baker, you think like you can give out free cakes. I usually give out not that free cakes, but maybe for marketing issues, or maybe it's your birthday and maybe you've done something for me. Favors. You return favors, not in terms of just because you're my friend, then that means you're going to have free cakes. If that will be the case, then a lot of people who are selling cars ingekuwa wanapeana magari kwa rafiki zao, or even people in the banks will have given them free loans. So it's a business actually. There's a difference between Minat Bakery and Amina. Me and you, Amina, we are good friends. When we come to Minat Bakery, that's strictly about business.
And it's, I don't know if it's true, but I'll just say allegedly, it's alleged that I think you know Maxwell Mambo. Yeah, so he's living this lavish lifestyle. Amesemekana kuwa duka lake lilifungwa
Okay.
because he couldn't pay rent.
Okay.
I mean, has it ever reached to a point ushaifika hapo yani?
In any business, there are good days and bad days. And for also any entrepreneur or any business minded person, always has a plan B. So if your plan A doesn't work, then obviously you're going to have a plan B. So for me, if cakes doesn't work that much, I have to go out there and people and give people, listen, just promote my cakes. Or if there are any events, then I will take a stall whereby I'm going to sell my products. So kama plan B I work, there's always kama plan A, sorry, I work, there's always plan B. Then with time, just think of something unique that like someone can get it only from you. Whether you're selling cakes, whether you're selling anything, whether you're selling perfumes, make sure that you be so unique because competition out here is really, really huge. And sasa unaonyesha like, so you can buy from that person, but at the end of the day, you can also buy from me because my products are unique.
And you are an award-winning baker. Umeshinda tuzo mingi sana katika the baking industry. How has that impacted you as a baker? Imekuboost ama haijakusaidia vile sana?
No, actually, it means idea, but the fact that people think that it is a 1 year thing, or even it's just a few months thing. Like, okay, I may win this award, but for me, it's actually a life-changing moment. Kwa sababu mimi nimetoka mbali, unaona, baking from when you had nothing. I'm telling you, when you had nothing. Even a turntable, I used to improvise a turntable. I didn't have piping bags. I was using karatasi za maziwa za KCC. So for me, it started for 6 years, struggle, hard working, consistency. People can give up actually. But for me, I usually had one day I might get there, one day I'll be there. So ikawa tu niko tu pale. So every award nikiwin, sisemi kama hii ni ya jana. I'm just rewarding myself for all the years I've been struggling out there, shouting my name and selling cakes. So for me, ilikuwa tu, this is a miracle and it's just God sometimes.
And where do you see yourself in the next 5 to 10 years?
This question actually nimeipata sana kweli. Nilikuwa interview at 20 years old naulizwa, where do you see yourself in 2 years or 3 years? And I'm telling you right now, this vision was what niliumwambia the interviewer akini interview, I want to be in this sector, I want people to interview me, I want to be on TV, I want it to be on magazine. But all that is just PR marketing. But for me, where do I see myself in 5 years is having a franchise, because I have taught around 150 plus students, both male and female. So me having a franchise, I'll be able to create more job opportunities for the youth and be able to open several branches around. Let me start with Kenya first. Like the coast region, you have a bakery pale, then employ some people pale. The moment I employ people, kumbuka na wasaidia wale, and for me, pia it's also success. Whether they're gating or whether I'm gating, it's all success to us.
And let me take you back to your bakery school. Have you ever had a student mwenye yani umemfundisha lakini hashiki, yani I don't know if they are slow. Let me just say they are slow in catching up. Lakini wengine wao washashika, umewafundisha tu mara moja mara mbili, lakini kuna yule mmoja ile lazima urudi kwake kama mara 5.
Okay, wapo. But then, for me as a teacher, it's usually, I feel bad actually. Wanamuuliza. So mtu akija hapa, before even registering, why do you want to bake? Maybe watu wengine wanakuja just, spending time in the upper, learning a new skill. Or people wako bored. If you're bored, you can do anything. So I usually, nawasoma tu akili yao. Then kuna yule najua hashiki sana. So huwa namchukulia very, very slow, I'm telling you. Then even if the course is about for 6 weeks, namongeza 1 week extra. And mind you, for me, there's exam. So whether you are a slow learner, whether you're a fast learner, just know by the end of the day, you're going to do a cake exam. And when you fail my exam, you're going to repeat it, the whole process again, and also pay a fine because you're wasting my time. So nikiwaambia tu vile, hata kama you're unajifanya utaki kushika, but you know that utaanguka exam. I had few students walianguka kwa exam, so wakianguka wanarudilia, and that works for me and for them as well.
And do you also do like private lessons? Ile just one person mnasema mi sitaki watu wengi nataka tu yeah the one on one.
Sasa wale one-on-one, they feel extra special and we all go to the toilet. Actually, not quite. Maybe some people wanasema they want Saturday classes only because from Monday to Thursday they are in like wanafanya kazi. So one-on-one session usually doesn't work for me because you may end up getting bored. Nimefundisha hiki sasa tunaangaliana, we have nothing to do. But the more mko na watu pale, you learn from different cultures and you learn from someone. The competition pale inakufanya like, okay, let me just game up so that huyu nisishindwe. So I would really advise for people to come up together and keep aside their pride kidogo, and we just learn because we're all like tuko sawa, haina shida tu wewe because uko na pesa kwenu, that means you want a one-on-one. And if someone wants a one-on-one classes, that person is supposed to pay me double the price of my baking classes.
Na ushaipata mwanafunzi ni kichwa ngumu, it's like sasa ni yeye ndo anajifanya sana anajua, ukimwambia do something, but I was told that you do this, all right, so
I don't want to mention names. Tumesema vile tayari wenyewe wanajijua because I don't want to mention them. The thing here is not about wanajua but learning from wao wanajua the YouTube. Unaona wanasema lakini madam, why does YouTube do this? Why does YouTube do that? YouTube pale wako, they are there because it's business. They can't give you the right procedures. Hawezi kupatia the whole process. Wanakupatia just a few. Nimekwambia 30% unapata kwa YouTube. The other 70% you just have to read and read and read upatie more knowledge. So wako kichwa kigumu ambayo unafundisha hivi and yeye end up doing the opposite thing because ameona YouTube. So alafu at the end of the day the cake in a backfire and anarudi tena kwangu. I'm like, you see the power of YouTube.
And maybe wenye wako pale viewers, they want to know, is Minat single? Is she taken?
That's a tricky question. I never expected it. But the fact that we're Muslim, that means we're not allowed to date until you have a husband. So yeah, currently, apparently, I'm just abiding by the rules that are being set.
Wadau umesikia, she's single. So if you wanted to shoot your shot, you can shoot your shot right now.
In the most respectful way.
Kabisa, respect. Lazima kuwe na respect. And the final question, what advice would you give someone who is watching this and they want to be, a professional baker like you? Ama to just any advice you can give to them.
Technology. I will repeat that, but it's a very useful weapon to use nowadays because you have TikTok, we have Snapchat, we have YouTube. So make sure you use technology as your business tool instead of just twerking on YouTube. You can earn money using the social media, and also just believe in your dreams and have a goal, like you want to set unataka unafanya kitu just because so and so is doing. Let's say like ungekuwa saizi you're like, oh mimi I am there nini, but you're being yourself, just be yourself, accept who you are and have a plan for your future. Have a business plan that unajua mimi and haitofika saizi, usirush, just take it slow. You know that one day utafika at the peak of success. So hapa chini, just be humble, be yourself, work extra hard. Usitegemee marafiki wakusaidie. So sasa umesikia story yangu umeona like, okay, my friends wamenisaidia, but you have a different journey. So pick people ambao unajua they can follow you on the right way and achieve success nyote mkiwa as a friend.
You've heard it, guys. Patience. Mkuwe patient with what you're doing.
People are rushing into things while I squeeze. People just want to become a millionaire in just, a few months. Who does that?
As always, on this segment, we always like to play a game with the host. Not rather a game, but we just like to ask them a question and then tuone tu venye watajibu. So the first question, would you rather lose your eyesight or your private part?
Pass. Both of them are really important. I can't lose either. I can't lose anything.
It's you're in a dire situation. I told you have to choose between your eyes and your private part.
Eyes. Yeah, because there's sense of, kuna ile sensor, you can sense something, but I prefer going blind.
You'd rather go blind.
Yeah, I rather go blind. Yani, not that I like, but I rather go blind because takuwa nimesavika na vitu vingi sana yani. I won't go to the clubs. So yeah.
And then kuna nyingine inaitwa truth or dare. So you choose between truth or dare.
Truth.
Okay, so how much money do you have in your bank account right now?
Oh my goodness. M-Pesa or bank account?
Both. Let's just say both.
Ndio hizo nipate. Actually, not that much. But let's say around hapo kama si 30 ni 28 because nimetoka tu kufanya ration juzi ya. Hapo tu, yeah.
So, tajiri lakini she's anakuja.
Sasa hii I think ni just something ambayo nafaa kuambia. As a youth, we like to be on social media. We like to be seen driving nice cars, having good phones. Actually, I have an iPhone, but then kuna wengine wanataka, 13 Pro Max. I'm telling you, those things won't help you in life. Tena mwanzo, if you're starting, save up, buy assets. Mimi yani, yeah, I usually make money, okay, sawa, but then I invest in the assets, like nilinunua fridge, nikanunua oven, so that I know in 10 years to come, easy iPhone 13 Pro Max will just be peanuts to me. So, achana na social media. If your phone is taking nice pictures, hata kama ni Tecno ni Infinix, stick to it rather than going and spending over 200,000 for iPhone 13 Pro Max. Nunua kiwanja ujenge, then the rest will just follow. Okay, I'm actually appreciating your team for coming here today and interviewing me. Thank you so much. It's such an honor. And when I go to meet my mentor, which is Steve Harvey, I actually wanted to have, a talk show. And I will surely mention about, this show. Yani, hivyo tu yani. So yeah, one of my biggest dream is to have been interviewed by the famous comedian, businessman, Steve Harvey. I don't know if he's going to see this video, but Steve Harvey, I would really love to meet you and to interview and being interviewed by you. So you guys are doing great work. And let's see, maybe in 10 years, maybe 5 years to come, your show will be like the Ellen show or when the Steve Harvey show.
Amen to that. Amen. I declare it.
Yes, God willing, yani hopefully itakuwa inshallah.
Thank you so much. Where can we get you in your social media?
Mimi nimetaja about technology. So for me, the easiest way is just to go on Google and just search Minat Bakery. All my information will just, pop up there, from my phone number to LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. All my information will just be on Google.
Google certified right here.
Technology, my friend.
Wengine tukienda kusearch Nancy Kaunda huko. You won't even see me. Thank you so much. This has been an amazing. I think so far it's the best interview I've had since I started.
Oh my goodness. Okay, great minds. Great minds think alike.